Hello, my name is Intin Raven. I am back with another episode of Tales of the Hunt, the bi-weekly podcast where I talk about just trophy hunting and my journey through it and everything I've done as a part of being a trophy hunter. Now this episode's a bit special because it's our 100th episode. We've done 100 episodes of the show and we have done so many weird schedulings of the show and so many weird versions of the show that it keeps evolving, and I love it. I genuinely love how if you look at the beginning of the show and to see what it is now, it's kind of amazing to see just how big everything is. And I decided that for my 100th episode I wanted to go back to the very first game I platinumed and kind of just talk about how all my platinum trophies as a whole. Mostly because, The Walking Dead, as much as it is a phenomenal game that I highly recommend you all play, just for the story, it is a wonderful, wonderful showing of just video game storytelling and what this medium does better than any other medium. It is a shit trophy list to talk about. It's like, hey, just play the game. So what I thought I would do instead of being like, hey, and this is what this trophy is called. I got it for playing the game. Oh, how many times would that be? It would be 41 times. I figured what I would do is something a bit more interesting. And now it is go through every single trophy, every single platinum trophy I've gotten up to this point. For disclosure, at this point I have had over 125 trophies. And some of the trophies I'm going to talk about with you guys in this episode have episodes coming out in the future, and there's a whole year worth of episodes already done ahead of time that we have yet to go into. So this is more of a self-congratulation jerk-off episode of like, look at the things we've done and the things we're gonna do and everything, because I'm great. And we're gonna kind of just talk about the highlights and the parts of this journey that I've been on that I've loved the most. And I think that that's gonna be somewhat fun, somewhat interesting. And if not, if you hate it, well then thank you for listening for 3 minutes of me just babble about myself. And thank you for clicking on an episode that was the 100th episode of a show that you don't like. And if you're new here, welcome. This is how petty I can be sometimes. But, so we're going to start off with number 1, The Walking Dead. I platinumed this game just as a game to be like, hey, this is a good story. I kind of like it. You know? I loved Lee. I love Clementine. Both of them are some of the most emotionally attached characters I think I've ever been. Not even liking their games. Because once you play the first Walking Dead, you kind of understand where you're going from with all that. And that was back on the PS3. At this point, you can play The Walking Dead. Telltale is The Walking Dead. Like 4 more times and get platinum trophies for every time. There's the Walking Dead collection. There's the Walking Dead. I think it's called Story So Far, where it's like 1, 2, and 3. There's the Walking Dead Remastered, which is just the exact same game on PS4, coupled with the 400 Days DLC. There's a lot that kind of goes into it, essentially. And it was my first platinum. It was the platinum that I guess started it all, but really didn't, because that honor goes to, as I scroll up and through so many games I have not platinumed, but I will eventually get to, because I have this burning desire to go through my entire backlog and try to become the best like no one ever was. Then we finally get to Infamous Second Son, which was the second platinum I've ever gotten, which I've done an episode on, which, this was the one that made me a trophy hunter. I'm going to give a quick synopsis for all these games. So I have 100 of these to go through. No, but I did an episode of Tales of the Hunt on this game. This is when I was first starting out as a YouTuber with videos and everything. So this was really interesting to kind of just see the jump from, being a trophy, not even being a trophy hunter, to becoming a trophy hunter in between these two trophies, and then full on being like, I can make these videos, I can do guides. And I always wanted to do it a bit differently. Like, I didn't want to just do guides, I wanted to make them like hangout episodes, essentially. The original Tales of the Hunt was, or the trophy guides, trophy hunts was what I called them. There were numerical, there were a series I would do in each game, like almost like a season. And I don't know, it was definitely, you could feel the sensing and feeling myself out in all of those videos. I don't recommend watching any of them now because the audio quality alone is garbage. I don't know how well the audio quality here is on this. It might just be my voice that's awful, but who knows? But that was that one. That was very good. Oh wow, I did not realize that Bloodborne was so far down on my list. But the third platinum I ever got was Life is Strange. I remember getting this one in my freshman year of college. I remember this being a hugely impactful game. I'm actually currently now reading the comic books, which is a canonical sequel to Life is Strange, and where Max Caulfield's story goes canonically. Whether or not that whole thing goes before Life is Strange 2 kind of jumped in and did things. But, big fan of Life is Strange. I don't know if there's going to be an episode on the remasters. As of this point, I don't know if there's going to be an episode on the remasters, if there can be an episode on the remasters, or if there will be an episode on True Colors. I don't know. I've thought about it, but I don't have an answer yet. Far Cry 3 was next. This was back on the PS3, so we went to the PS4 for 2 games, then jumped back to the PS3 for Far Cry 3. This is the one where I learned how to play poker. These kind of series of games, all videos were like, I thought it'd be a really, what you wanted to hear was just my story with it, not trophies and anything. I guess it's weird bashing on that kind of format of the show when that's essentially what this episode is. But if, Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool can do it 20 times in an episode, I can do it 100 times in an episode. Fuck off. No, but Far Cry 3 was pretty fun. It was one of the games, still has that memorable boss and poker. I remember my roommate at the time teaching me how to play poker because I was just so fucking lost and I didn't read that, but that was the thing. Until Dawn, which was such a game. It was the first horror game I've ever done. And since then, I think I've done one other stereotypical horror game. And it was also by them. So I have to do more horror. This is me realizing. I have to do just genuinely more horror games. But I feel like platinuming horror games is just such a terrible experience. Because you have to know every nook and cranny of those games if you're gonna platinum them, and that's just not fun for horror games. So I don't know, I'm still kind of divisive on it. Then we go to Batman Arkham Knights. This game, I feel like if there was any game that legitimately was like, no, I'm gonna do this, I am now obsessed with this thing, it was Batman Arkham Knight, just because of Brutality 101. Like, how many is this? How many are we in? As of right now, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my 5th platinum trophy. I had gone in Brutality 101, which was at the time a trophy that people were like, yo, this is like one of the hardest shit ever. Like, I think I'd gone insane by Platinum 5. Deciding that it was going to be Arkham Knights like that. Oh, but that one is legitimately one of my favorite ones, just because of the story that kind of goes into that. I'm not going to spoil it if you haven't watched that Tales of the Hunt episode, because it is still up, even though. But it's, as a quick synopsis for it, basically, as I was hunting that one, I was supposed to go pick up a friend, and I totally forgot I was supposed to pick them up, and I left them stranded at work until like 2 a.m. She was not happy with me at all, but then she understood it, so it felt great. And she goes, "Oh no, I get it. I totally get it." That first semester of college was wild. I got no schooling done. After that, I decided to chill out a little bit and then go the Lego Movie, the video game. Which, that kind of reminds me, I haven't done a Lego game in a while. Lego Harry Potter doesn't count, because I did that specifically for a phobia month. But I haven't done like a Lego game where I just like sit down and was like Lego in a while. It's been like, oh hey, that's a thing. Also, yeah, I just gave you a spoiler for the future. Whoops. Moving on. I don't got time to retake it, so we're just moving on. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare was the next one. I remember doing this one as a part of a challenge. The same roommate who was helping me with all the other stuff said that I wasn't going to be able to platinum Advanced Warfare over winter break. He didn't think I could do it. So then I, like a fully functional adult human being, was like, fuck you, watch me. So I platinumed Advanced Warfare over the weekend, over the winter break. Then there was Watch Dogs, or Watch_Dogs. I got that one blitzed, because I was trying to do a thing where I would get a trophy every single day back in college. Because like I said, again, I did not do much studying my freshman year. And that's probably why I flunked out of that school. But I remember being blitzed out of my mind trying to get it. The last couple of trophies, but managed it. I remember the song sneak trophy being a fucking bitch, because that was just absolutely awful. Yeah, that was just an awful trophy because it was just so RNG based. It was just awful. Trophy number 9 was Murdered Soul Suspect. This was, if there's ever a game I forget that I platinumed it is always Murdered Soul Suspect. The only reason why I remember that I want to platinum this game is because, like, oh, what's the one you always forget? I always forget Murdered Soul Suspect. It is the before, it was for a long time the only detective game and only investigation game I've done. So it was quite interesting in that respect, even though it turns into a collectathon with all the with how the trophies work in the game, and just picking up worthless pieces of crap the entire time. But the ghost stories were really great in that one, so there was that. Cry Primal. This was back when I did this one on spring break of that freshman year of college. I thought I was hot shit. I was like, I platinumed a AAA game in a week, thinking I was hot shit, not knowing that it's literally what so many other people do, just on the regular. Like, we're gonna do PS5 trophies and Pyroprax. Like, y'all just do it straight up. And I'm over here thinking I was hot shit for doing it once. But that was that trophy. Oh my god, NBA 2K16. I have trophies for that. Is that even still possible? Can I still platinum that game? I might have to do that one day. Oh my god. No, but that was Cry Primal. Platinum number 10. Platinum number 11 was Assassin's Creed Syndicate. This was a race between me and my roommate. We were trying to find out who can get the platinum first. And this motherfucker was so mean because he bought it for me for my birthday and then continuously played it when I was at work. And it stressed me the fuck out. Like, oh, dude was a jerk about it. But I do remember still beating him and laughing my ass off when I did beat him for Platinum number 11. Platinum number 12 was Far Cry 4, because apparently there was a huge moment in my life where I was just like, let's just do Ubisoft games. And that's what I did. Not really a Platinum trophy, but Never Alone was 100%ed then, which was cool. Then comes up to Borderlands 2 on the PS3 for Platinum number what? 14? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm awesome. For Borderlands 2 was Platinum number 13. This one still is my favorite Borderlands game to this day. I have platinumed every single Borderlands game at least once, and Borderlands 2 is still my favorite game. Hands down, like, no stopping. Love this game. I think, if I remember properly, this was the last one I did when I was living with my dad? Yeah. Yep. That tracks. Platinum number 13 holds some painful memories for me, apparently. Platinum number 14, because apparently I really missed going back to Ubisoft. Nope. This one was the last one I did at my dad's. It's Platinum number 14 with South Park The Stick of Truth on the PS3. Polished that one off. I don't remember much about it, except I think this is the first RPG I did. Nope. Because Borderlands was. So this one was just forgettable. This one was just a South Park game. So yeah, that was number 14. Number 15, where all you number 15, please stand up, was Unravel. I love Unravel so much. I love the fact that it is the cutest side-scrolling platformer game where you play as a yawn creature that I would love to get Unravel 2, but I hate the fact that EA owns it. So one of these days it's gonna be on sale for like $2 again. I'm just gonna say fuck it, let's get it, and that's what's gonna happen. But it's not happening today, my friends. I'm hungry. Can you hear my stomach growling? I'm so hungry. Number 15 is Tales from the Borderlands, the Telltale game taking place in the Borderlands universe. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of that game series. So that was Platinum number 15. Is it 15? Now I have to check. You guys aren't here to keep me accountable for this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah. So I need you guys to keep me accountable for this shit. So 17, we're moving forward quickly so I can stop embarrassing myself, was Lego Batman 3. I feel like this is also another game that I just forget that I've done. Because all the Lego games kind of just go into an amorphous blob of just bricks. But for number 16 was Lego Batman 3. I love Batman. I absolutely love Batman. I love Harley Quinn. I love Joker. I love all those characters dearly. And I think this is the first Batman. Nope, it's not the first Batman game I've done. But 16 trophies, platinum trophies in. I've done 2 Batman games and 2 Lego games. So already, my tastes are coming through just hot and heavy. My tastes were coming through. Platinum number 17. This was Ratchet and Clank. This is the game that started this show out, guys. This is back when I was doing it monthly, which is why it has taken 4 years to get it, to get 100 episodes out of this show. But no, this was back when I was doing it monthly. I wanted to do a bigger game to kind of be like, hey, I can do this. I can do this platinum trophy thing. And I thought that at 17, that was enough to be like, no, I can turn into a full-time platinum trophy hunter. For sure. And I'll have interesting things to say about it every single time. Then there was the whole ranking. We'll get into that later. Nope. But there you go. Ratchet and Clank, number 17. Number 18, Lego Harry Potter Collection. Lego Harry Potter Collection, years 5 through 7. Damn. Like, the fact that it's number 17 and I've yet to platinum the other one, even though I'm going to very soon, seems wild to me. Like, it's been over 100 platinum trophies and I've yet to get the sequel. I mean, the first one in that series. So I should probably do that. I should probably get working on that. But that's number 17. Number 18 was Dead Island. Oh boy, Dead Island. The game took me 6 years because I put it down for so long. But wowzers, if you want to talk about games that just leave a bad, disappointing taste in your mouth, I feel like you have to talk about Dead Island. We were so optimistic when it came out all those years ago. Oh, I remember loving that game. I remember being that game, being like, this is the game I want to play. I'm ready games for, and just never got it done. But oh boy. PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, platinum number 18. Yeah, I'm gonna just say it's platinum number 18. Well, I have checkpoints. I'm gonna know when I fucked up. This was the first fighting game I did, and to be honest, I've started using this game as like a metric of have I scratched off some of the biggest names on PlayStation. And at this point, I think I've done pretty good. I've done, speaking in the present now, 100, missed 100 platinums in. I've done Sly Cooper. I've done Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Dexter. I've done God of War. I've done a good chunk of them. There's still plenty I need to do. And I think I should probably use it as an actual checklist sometime soon. Like as a more official checklist. But I was using it for a checklist as a time. So now I got 5 of them done. So that was pretty fun. Number 19 was Walking Dead: The New Frontier. This was the first game where Clementine isn't really a big part of it. Like, she's definitely a part of the story, but she isn't the big, MacGuffin, essentially, of, oh, I need to protect this child, or I am the child, or whatever. And I don't know, I feel kind of divided on this one, because I feel like Carlos was a really great character. I feel like the game is almost weakened by the kind of back to basics things that it does, like bringing in Jesus, bringing in Clementine back again. It was like, you could have just done this as its own game. You didn't have to make it making so much about the established rules of Walking Dead already. So, I don't know, just a thought. Number 19 was Mafia 3, which it says the definitive edition, which really bothers me because I did not get the definitive edition. I platinumed the original game when it came out. One of the most boring games I've ever platinumed. I think this was the first time I platinumed the game, number 19, where I was like, oh, this can suck. Because Mafia 3, I did not like it by the end of it. I think I had to play it 3 times all the way through to get the platinum trophy, and it's just awful. Oh no, that was platinum number 24. Because platinum number 25 is Injustice 2, which, if we're talking about actual fighting games, we have to talk about Injustice 2. I mained as Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy in this game, and I loved it. I loved Injustice 2 so much. Every now and then, that game kind of just comes back to me. I remember making this game a huge part of my channel for a while. But yeah, I really just loved that game. Really loved that game. But yeah, that was when I decided that not only were 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, 175, 200, 250, 300 were gonna be like the big ones. It was like, it feels like it should be an event, you know. So that was the kind of thinking that went behind making Injustice 2 that. And I was just really loving that game, which is why that game became such a mainstay on the channel for a little bit. Which was wild, because I didn't know shit about fighting games. But it was just fun. It was just a fun time. Dying Light. The original Dying Light, back on the PS4, was platinum number 26. Oh. That was weird. I feel like my ego was really just blooming in this episode. Like, I picked up someone who wanted to become a trophy hunter. Pretty much had reached out to me. He's like, "Hey, can you help me be a trophy hunter? Can you like teach me?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I thought I knew what I was doing at that point. So there you go. That was the thing behind that one. Assassin's Creed 2 on the PS3. Woo! Let's talk about this one. There was a thinking at this point with Assassin's Creed 2 that I needed to have overarching story arcs in the show. It's weird using the show to critique the show. I've already said that once before, but I'm saying it again. And for platinum number 27, I was like, alright, well, what if we did like mini trilogies that we would kind of like throw in every now and then to kind of just spice it up? I think at this point I was doing it weekly, if I remember properly. I was either doing weekly or bi-weekly for the first time. Because I know at some point I definitely had shifted to doing the show weekly, which was insane. But somehow I didn't miss an episode doing all of that. So this one was gonna be, and this was back when I was watching PlayStation Access, and Rob Pearson of PlayStation Access was very proud of the fact that he had 3 platinum trophies to his name. And he would always talk about the fact that he had 3 platinum trophies. Well, now I think he has like 6. I think that's what he has right now. And I decided that I was going to make it a bit of a thing. Well, I was going to go after the trophies that he had. Just be like, fuck you, Rob. Even though I love Rob. I love his writing style. I think that the video he did on Bloodborne is probably one of my favorite videos of all on gaming. And I really loved it. But, yeah, I don't know why. I had like an axe to grind with Rob Pearson from PlayStation Access back in the day, which was so weird. Like, I did so many weird things on this channel. So we're just gonna skip on that. Platinum number 28 was Horizon Zero Dawn. I am so excited for Horizon Zero West to come out, or whatever that game is actually gonna be called. I'm so excited for that to come out. Hopefully, I'll have a PS5 by the time that comes out, because doing a PS5 game on my PS4, which I'm doing right now as I record this. I'm taking a break from that to record this. Oh, my poor PS4. I am so surprised it has not caught on fire already. But at the rate that I'm going, I'm probably going to have to get a PS5 Pro Max sequel edition before I ever get my hands on a PS5. Which would just be sad, because I don't want to have my PS4 burst into flames. But platinum number 29 was Infamous. I don't know why I was adding more things to it. Was Infamous. This was when I realized I have an issue with sequels, because I did number 3, Infamous Second Son, then went back to Infamous, and I don't know what happened. But that was number 29. I did that one back in 2017, which was wild. Yeah, but now we're going to go back over to Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs 2 for platinum number 30. I don't really remember anything about the hunt of this game. I remember things about the game, but I don't remember anything specifically about the hunt. So we're just gonna skip on that one, because I know I did an episode on it. I know that the thing that was memorable was that it was episode 30, my 30th platinum, but I don't remember anything else by it, so we're just gonna skip that. Okay, BioShock Remastered was platinum number 31. This game was good. It was very good. I feel like it did BioShock for a reason. I don't remember what the reason was. I remember that I cheated the fuck out of that one trophy because... And the reasoning behind that was I was like, well, you remastered it, but then didn't fix the well-known glitch. So I think that's just on you guys. So there was that. For number 31. 32 was Jack and Dexter. Another one of those failed trilogies that I've never really got back on. Doing. But this was going to be the childhood trilogy. And it was all the games that kind of I'm purely nostalgic for. It was Jack and Dexter, Kingdom Hearts 2, and another game, which I'm currently forgetting. But, yep, that was behind that. Borderlands is a game that I finally went back to and did. For number 33, which I loved. Again, I'm such a huge fan of Borderlands. One of these days, I don't know when, so don't record me, don't time me to this, I guess what I'm saying is. There's no due date for this one, but I am going to get a Borderlands tattoo one of these days. Probably just the vault symbol, if I'm honest, but I haven't decided yet. Alrighty. Minecraft story mode. Pass. I remember that it's the ultra rare one. It's the ultra rare Telltale game for some reason. For the pig. Because you have to talk to the pig. And then it was also a game that decided that it was going to have 8 episodes. Like, why? And then why not make those just like needed for the platinum trophy? I have so many questions with Minecraft story mode. I really do, guys. Now moving on to 30 something. What number are we at? 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Uncharted 4, Thief's End. It is the only game to date that I've had to do a speedrun for. And that is why. Because every time I try to do a speedrun for a game, I just start crying incessantly. So yeah. Thanks, Thief's End. Your nightmares. Your absolute nightmare fuel. Oh. Oh no. I have trophies for this. I need the platinum Plants vs. Gardens 2 Garden Warfare. Oh no. Obviously that's so doable. But platinum number 36 is Life is Strange Before the Storm, which, oh my god, I hate that game. Moving on. 37. That's not how numbers work, is it? Yeah, because Uncharted was 35. 36. 37 was the Fractured Butthole, South Park Stick of Truth. Which is just so glad that apparently there's gonna be another one. There's another South Park game in the works that I've heard. They signed like a deal to make more content in the South Park universe that isn't just TV shows. And one of them is a video game, not with Ubisoft. So I'm very excited about what that eventually will be. But I don't have anything memorable to talk about that, except for the fact that you'll fight Morgan Freeman. Which is the episode title. And I'm done with my soda. So I'm going to need another one later. There. But number 38 is Rayman Legend. I am so fucking proud of this trophy. Like, I know you're not supposed to have favorite children. But when it comes to platinum trophies, this might be one of my favorite children. I had to do this one every single day for a little bit. And it is just, like, oh my gosh. I think if I ever had an actual problem with trophy hunting, I feel like this is your argument for it, was Rayman Legends. Because, oh my god. That was rough. That was rough. Then we're going to go up next to 39, which is Ukulele, which I really enjoy that game. Like, it was short, it was sweet, and I really enjoyed it. And one of these days, I'm going to do the sequel. I really want to do that. Except it glitched out on me a couple of times, which was a pain in the ass. a trophy glitched out on me, and I've not recovered from that. Next one is Rocket League, which I somehow, even though after having platinum trophy, have less than 50% of the trophies. Oh, because they keep giving content. There's so much content. There's so much content for that game. But yeah, I don't have anything else to say about that except I did it because I thought I should. It was like, oh, okay, like it's such a well-known game. It's made by a smaller studio. I might as well. Which brings us to Fallout 4. Oh my god. Season 2 of the show, which was probably the worst season, I have to say. Like, you straight up just the worst season. I thought that we needed rankings. So I paid to do the, like, make a sliding bar graphic, and it was awful because I couldn't implement it properly. Oh, I hated it. I was also taking a lot of inspiration from The Completionist at the time. And, oh, no. No. I'm so happy that I've stopped doing that. You know what I mean? But, oh, God, Fallout 4. I enjoyed the game, but I hate for a lot of what that game became for me. So, moving on. Star Wars Battlefront 2. It glitched out on me, and I hated it. I got all the way to rank 50, and then it didn't give me the trophy until I had to update. And then by signing into another match, like 6 months later, I got it, and it was awful. Oh, it was 30. It was 3 months later. Yeah, 'cause I'm looking at it. It was just awful. I woke up at 5:32 to get that trophy and I never deal with it again. Wolf Among Us was the next one, platinum number 40. I'm back on the PS3. Because I like hopping back between my PS3 and my PS4 for now and then. Good game. Miss it. I love it. I'm so excited for the sequel. The fact that the sequel is definitively coming sometime before the mega heat death of the universe makes me so excited. Oh, moving on. Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition, which, look, if you're going to have a name like that, I really feel like you should make all the DLC, like, just required. I'm glad that they didn't, but if you're going to do something like that, I feel like that should be part of the deal. I did that one after coming back from a Peru trip, and I was like, I just want to do more Hispanic stuff. And I wish the Hispanic culture had much more prevalence in gaming, but you just don't see it. It's just not a thing that happened as much, and it's really upsetting, actually. But, you know, what you gonna do? Then we're gonna skip forward a couple of games into Alice Madness Returns. I love this game. I heard that they were making a sequel. I signed up for their Patreon. Then I lost all my money, and I dropped the Patreon. But, yeah, when Alice Madness Asylum comes out, I think that's what it's called, you can bet your ass I'm going to have an episode on that game here, because, oh, it's so good. I love that game. Love everything that game threw out of me. Alright, then we go to Assassin's Creed Unity. I just went through a breakup after this one, so my brain was like, you know what's fun when you break up with people? Going to the city of love during the Revolutionary War. That's fun. Yeah, I don't know. I had some fucked up thoughts back then. And a fucked up sense of humor. I definitely do not have the same sense of humor now. Far Cry 5 was the next one, because Ubisoft, every now and then they just come back and make love to my shit. Platinum number 50 was Call of Duty Black Ops. This is the game that made me want to be a YouTuber. I remember that being the title. And that's about it. The zombies was buggered. I remembered, like, hopping on years later after the fact. They kind of just be like, yeah, I want this to be Platinum 50, and then not realizing how screwed I was. So I met up this really kind gentleman who was like, hey, let me help you. Let's get these Pentagon trophies out of the way. Let's get this date night trophy out of the way. And I was like, thank you, friend. And I never looked back. Okay. Number 51 was Telltale's Batman. Probably one of my favorite showings of just Batman that's not in a comic book form. I have yet to read a Batman comic book, so I really need to do that one of these days. I have started getting into comic books. I've started reading a lot of Spider-Gwen. I've read the Life is Strange comic books, like I mentioned earlier. And I've read the Harleen miniseries that went out, which was bloody fantastic. I'd say his name, but I'm gonna just butcher it, so I'm not gonna. Which then goes to, for 52, Burlyman and C. I'm pretty sure this was a free game. I feel like this was a free game. Because I'm gonna actually look this up because I don't remember. I don't remember if it actually was a free game, because I know there were a couple of games that I bought purely based off of premise. Like, it was based off of the premise of the game alone and not really based off anything else. So let me just do a quick Google search of Burlyman at Sea. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Okay, so in November 2018, Burlyman at Sea was a PlayStation Plus game. Which is so weird because I feel like Burlyman at Sea, let's just rewind real quick. Straight up is the beginning of a bigger game. Burlyman at Sea is the beginning of an augmented reality game, ARG, which I would love to go into and find out what the hell happened with that ARG, but I'm not sure if anyone has, and I'm not sure if anyone will. So I now have a Google, like I have to go look into that. I have to go down the spiral on that one real quick. So yeah. Next, The Order 1886. I have no memories of this game. Absolutely no memories of this game. Which, all I remember was that it had a really good setup featuring vampires for a sequel, like a vampiric sequel, and it never happened, which is so disappointing. But yeah, that's all I really remember about that one. Hat in Time is next. One of the cutest fucking games I've ever played, even though it has like the biggest scary plot twist for just like a single level. Just a single level in the entire game is just pure horror. To the fact that I had to stop playing it. It was like, nope, I'm done. Did it get DLC? It did get DLC. That is wild. I didn't know it ever got DLC. Cool. Next is Stormboy. Now, Stormboy, I know I bought. And I thought it was just fun. The point of Stormboy for me was that I was going to do an episode where I was like, hey, my name is Insane Raven, and we're playing a game about a pelican. And I didn't realize that after the fact that it actually has it was a movie. It was an advertisement for a movie, which was kind of interesting, you know? But yeah, I feel like Burlyman and Sea, Stormboy, and there's like one other game that I am not fond of having on my record. Two other games I'm not fond of having on my record. But yeah, Stormboy was interesting, and you know I played it for the gimmick essentially. So I'm gonna give myself the pass on that one. Moving forward a little bit is Infamous First Light. This game got done, and it was the first DL sequel that I did. And I haven't done another one since then, which is kind of interesting. Even though it was more of a prequel, it's like a DL prequel, which was weird. But yeah, that was the thing. That was the thing I did. Skipping on forward, it was Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. I believe this was the first game I did in 2019. Yeah, this was the first Platinum Trophy of 2019, which was wild. Because that was a great year. 2019 was a great year for me as a trophy hunter. Like, just full stop. It was fan-fucking-tastic. Because we go from... Just listen to this banger list, right, of Platinum Trophies. We go from Modern Warfare Remastered to Overwatch, which, again, we didn't know that Activision and Blizzard was scumbags. Like, we had our suspicions, but we didn't know. So I'm going to give myself a pass on that one. But Platinuming Overwatch right after Platinuming Call of Duty. Then Platinuming Doom, which was fucking fantastic. Doom 2018. At least I feel like it was 2018. Yeah, it was 2018. Doom 2018. Then knocking out of the park with Spider-Man, with Marvel's Spider-Man for PlayStation 4, because holy hell was that a good game. Like, oh, that was remarkable. Then we go straight to Tekken 7. Like, those are just bangers. Like, holy hell. What was I on? Can I get back on it? Please. Like, chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Then we go to The Walking Dead, the final season, which was very, very sad. I got distracted by seeing Shovel Knight being so barren with all of its stuff. Oh no, I accidentally clicked out of it, so I now have to scroll all the way down. Scroll all the way down to Shovel Knight. How are you guys liking this? It is 47 minutes long. This is probably going to be the longest episode of Tales of the Hunt just fucking ever. Fucking ever, mate. Okay, now we're back. Borderlands, the pre-sequel, came next, and I think at this point that rounded out the Borderlands saga. At that point, that was the last Borderlands game to come out into Borderlands 3, which is wild. Then we have Dead by Daylight. I loved Dead by Daylight, and then I stopped. Dead by Daylight actually became really upsetting for me. Because I used to use it as like my chill out game. I would play Dead by Daylight to turn my brain off and just like vibe. And we did it on the Platinum Road. And that was the only season we ever did it. We never did another season. Don't ask me questions about it. No, but Dead by Daylight was a game that I loved it. And then it got so caught up with season passes, DLC, like microtransaction cosmetics, and it's like, this isn't scary anymore. This is just bad. And I wish I could still play it and turn my brain off. And I'm looking for the new game to scratch that itch, that like slightly horror itch. And one day we'll get back there. Next game was Game of Thrones, the Telltale playing of that, which was fun, but also was so frustrating because I felt like all of the choices I made didn't matter by the end. Like, it just sucked. And I'm not sure if I just played it wrong or if that's just how the game was, but I felt like the ending was just like, there was never going to be another ending. Why the fuck did you ask? Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. Such a good game. Holy hell. This is one of those games that, like, I always heard, like, hey, you gotta play it. You gotta play this game. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. But I was like, okay, like maybe, man. Maybe. And then I eventually did play it, and it was fantastic. We went for such a long time without talking about Lego again. But we're back. We're back with Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. My absolute favorite fandom ever. Like, I love the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, even though they're all augmentatively bad. There's not as, like, with the exception of Curse the Black Pearl, the first one, none of those movies are good, and I still love them. Jack X Combat Racing is the platinum trophy that came after next. Yeah, it was good. That was my first racing game. I've yet to do another one. Just because it was such a long game. And I was just so frustrated by it. Minecraft season story mode season 2, totally forgettable. With the exception of that llama, it is 100% forgettable. Moving on. Undertale. God, I wish this game was better for trophy hunters. Because I feel like the trophy list is so lackluster. I almost feel like that's the point of it. And, I came back with this game. That was the game I came back with, so that was fun. Assassin's Creed Origins. This is what started off our Phobia Month's game. Our game series that we now do every October. Which goes insane. No, but that's fun. I wish I still liked Assassin's Creed. I do. I like old Assassin's Creed. I don't so much like new Assassin's Creed. Bioshock Infinite, the complete edition. Just another one of those mesotheophobia, fear of change, which was fun. Persona 5, Dancing in Starlight. I didn't realize the Persona 4 had happened. I think I did. I think Persona 4 Dancing was on my radar. I think the argument I used for having this as a part of my mesophobia was that I'd never done a dancing game before. And that the Phantom Thieves had not been in a dancing game before. They had changed genres before, but not dancing, and that was the justification. So yes. Battlefield, Hardline. First Battlefield game I've done. I'm looking forward to doing another one sometime soon. But I just haven't quite gone back yet. See, that was a lot of PS4 games. That was a good long run of PS4 games. Let's jump back to PS3 for Platinum number 74, which is Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. But if you're looking at the trophy list, it's just called Sly 1 because even they were tired of their shit. Yeah, I really enjoyed Sly 1. I feel like Sly 1 is probably the best game out of that entire series, like full stop. Just the absolute best game out of that series. I'm now moving on to Platinum number 75. Batman Return to Arkham Asylum. 75. It took us 70 trophies to get back to Batman Arkham. Holy hell. When you want to talk about trophies I never thought I would get, Batman Arkham Asylum with a platinum trophy I never thought I'd get. Like, I just thought it was always beyond me. So that's just cool to see. Now, remember when I said that I had 2 more trophies I was kind of embarrassed of having on the record? Here's the next one. Pantsu Hunter, back to the 90s. Here's why I bought this game. Because at the time, I was a very big fan of Game Grumps before they got really annoying. For me, again, it's just my personal taste. I look forward to your hate. But if you are getting me hate for my Game Grumps comment, that means you sat here for 53 minutes listening to me ramble on about platinum trophies and then decided to hate me. So, I mean, Okay. No, but they were like, yeah, so we found this game where we're collecting women's underwear, and I was like, that's disgusting. I was like, is there a platinum trophy for it, though? Because that would just be ridiculous to talk about. And there was? So I had to. I absolutely had to just talk about it. I had to get it on the show. And I think it was either this one or the other game that was episode 69. And that's why I did it. Because it was funny. Next trophy comes up for platinum number 77 with Spyro the Dragon. Really cute. Don't really have anything else to say besides that. Next up was Stranger Things Season 3. Stranger Things 3 the game, which honestly was one of the more unique games I've done. I also think that it's the first tie-in game I've done. Nope. Pirates of the Caribbean. All the Lego games. Forget what I just said about tie-in game. No, but Stranger Things Season 3, the game, was pretty good. Definitely different than anything else I'd ever played. And that's why I enjoyed it. Just the art style and just everything that kind of went into it. So I really appreciated that game. One of these days, I need to go back and platinum Fallout Shelter. But that game fucking sucks. How many trophies are in that? I'll find out one day. Borderlands 3 was the next one. And at this point, I had taken a break from the channel. Which was, a choice that I made because of technical difficulties. And then everything went wrong with just dumb shit. So, Borderlands 3, though, I feel like I was disappointed in Borderlands 3. I feel like it should have been better. I feel like there were a lot of things that should have made it just better. And I think that still, like, I liked it as a progression, but there was so many, like, the main story I didn't like. There was just, I don't know, I really struggled with Borderlands 3. Shadow of the Tomb Raider, speaking of terrible thirds, was the third game in the remake of the Tomb Raider franchise, and I hated this game in comparison. In comparison, this is the worst game I've done so far in the Tomb Raider series, and I would sit on that until I die. Life is Strange 2 comes next, and totally forgettable. Like, I loved the idea of it being a road trip game, and I loved Sean as a character. I found him growing up and finding himself to be really cute. I hated Daniel by the end of the game, and I'm like, is there an option to go full evil and just kill you? Because I would like that option. I'd like that option greatly, if I'm honest. Then there's the episode we did last year. This last episode, we talked about Concrete Genie. And here it is, talking about Concrete Genie again. Because Concrete Genie, if you haven't seen that episode yet, highly recommend it. Because I just did it. And that means it's somewhat better than my other shit. Moving on. So after Concrete Genie came Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, the Telltale series, which reminds me that I have to fucking... One of these days I have to talk about that game. Because I haven't done it yet. Up next then comes Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, the sequel to Assassin's Creed 2, on the PS4. This was actually pretty interesting. In 2020... I was a part of a challenge that was like, hey, we want to do the ABCs of trophy hunting. And what we would like to do is that we would like to have everyone go ahead and do just pick a game for every single letter of the alphabet and then 100% it. And I did not realize it was 100%. I thought it was just platinum it. So I did the next few games a part of that until I got a job at a summer camp that was going to take me out of the trophy hunting game for about 2 months. And then COVID happened. So I canceled out of the competition. I was like, hey guys, I got to drop out. I'm not going to be able to complete it, so I'm just going to drop out now. And then COVID happened, and I immediately ate my words. But I had already dropped out of the competition, so I was like, fuck it. So it was great. It was like 2 weeks after saying that I dropped the competition that had happened. So that's why I planned Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Could not remember a single fucking thing about Brotherhood. Just like looking at it from the outside. Like, couldn't. I wanted to, but I couldn't. Batman, The Enemy Within. Best showcasing of the Riddler, hands down. I love the Riddler in this game. Because I was genuinely terrified of him. Far Cry New Dawn was the F game, because I learned after the fact that we didn't have to go in order. So I started doing Catherine full body, which I've never platinumed. And they were like, oh, you don't have to go in order. I was like, oh, great, I'm going to go do something a bit easier to kind of keep me on track. Because I had chosen a couple of smaller games here and there to keep me on track. And then I'll go back to Catherine, and it just never happened. Because, like I said, I dropped out of the competition. Sly Cooper 2 was another one of those games was my S. Not as good as the original, in my opinion. Erica was my E game, which I think I'm gonna do this ABC thing again. Just because I think it'd be fun. Like, once I have a bit more free time and I can kind of do whatever, I think I'll do an ABC Platinum run. Just for me. Just for me. Yeah. Catherine Full Body. I did not Platinum, so I'm not going to talk about it. Neither did I talk about any of those. Sea of Solitude. This was the game I did for realizing that I dropped out of the competition and that the letters didn't matter anymore. This was the first game I played because I heard about it. I was really interested about it. I had picked it up and I was like, you know what? I have all the time in the world now. Let's do Sea of Solitude, because I still wasn't uploading things to YouTube anymore. So I was like, yeah, let's just do this mental health game that's really cute and really small and delightful. And then I learned after I bought it that it was produced by EA, and I was like, God damn it. I tried emailing the company, like, hey, so how much of my money just went to EA? And they never responded, which is fair. Then after that, I think this is my rarest platinum to date, but it's Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Let me just click over real quick, see if I can see if it is. Yep, up to date, this is the rarest platinum trophy I own as a part of Trophy Hunters and just players in general. This is the rarest platinum trophy I own, and I am very proud of it. Me and Cincinnati Kid went on this whole thing to try to platinum, to try to do all the Easter eggs in it, and that's what put me back on platinuming it, which was good. I've been talking for like over an hour at this point. My voice is getting raspy. I need to go drink some water after this, because oh god, that was terrible. Alright. Infamous 2 was the next one. On the PS3. I'm not sure what possessed me to go back to the PS3, but I did. So I did. Then we have the granddaddy of like the crown jewel of my quarantine platinum hunting, which was Persona 5. Just like the absolute crown jewel of my quarantine trophy hunting was this game. My first JRPG, and I'm absolutely so proud of this game. If someone could tell me, though, why the 40-ish minutes of a podcast never got anyone to love and attention, I would love to know why. Because, please help me. Please help me. No. Moving on. Assassin's Creed 3 was next. Yep, I did this one here because I was like, you know what? I have time now. I can go do those multiplayer trophies with absolutely no one. I can go run Wolfpack into the fucking ground until I'm miserable. That was another highlight. Mortal Kombat 11 was done and good. I think that came out of a thing of getting a pop figurine that I hadn't earned yet and wanting to cross off all of the mainline fighting games. That's where that came from. Call of Duty World War II, the second most rarest platinum on my list. And like I said, like I was a really big Call of Duty fan. And I'm not playing any of their games anymore, which is really upsetting. Like I won't pay for any of their games anymore because they're all fucking gross. So I only got to deal with what I currently have, but you know. Guacamelee 2, fun sequel, kind of forgettable. Minecraft, another one there. One Night Stand. This was the last game that I'm kind of embarrassed of. The finishing touch of that 4-piece. This game is like almost like an escape room is how I'd build it. An escape room with the premise is you wake up from a one-night stand and you just have to figure out what's happening. I have not done a podcast episode on this one yet. It is coming. And I look forward to that. But yeah, I'm embarrassed of that one. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna spoil it because that episode is still to come out. But yes, Coffee Talk. I have ranted and raved about that game so much, and just about all of the trophies and the fun that music is. 1 second. Next trophy up on our list is Lego Marvel Superheroes. I did it. This was like the holiday game for a while, and I think I did an episode on it already. But it was pretty much the family holiday game that I would play, just kind of hang out with my younger siblings, and that then brings us to platinum number 100, the last one in this very long list, and I still have to do an episode on this one, which is Persona 4 Dancing All Night. I did not mean this. The original plan was not for Persona 4 Dancing All Night to be the 100th platinum. It's going to be another game. And then I fucked up. And I deleted my save file after about 20 hours of work into that game. And I got really frustrated. So I just said, fuck it. I'm going to just platinum this instead and move on. And I made that choice because I needed to start working on the phobia months of the beardphobia and hydrophobia. Prognophobia and hydrophobia was what I needed to be working on because that deadline was coming up. So yeah, that is all 100, my first 100 platinum trophies for you guys. I'm excited. You know, we talked about a couple of future episodes that are coming up. There are 26 other episodes that I still either need to record or get out there to you guys that have happened since then. When did that trophy pop? Let's look at it. Let's look at it together. That trophy popped 4/25/2021 was my 100th. So there was some time. There was definitely some time. So, you know, hold on. Hold on. I think I fucked up. Have I talked about Persona 3 dancing? Because I did that one as well. No. Okay. Hold on. Because we might just have to keep going. No, it was... Alright, it was Persona 4 Dancing All Night. I just checked. But now you know there's a Persona 3 Dancing in Moonlight episode coming out eventually. So, you know, we did a couple of sneak peeks coming up. And, yeah, we had a fun time. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you guys for, like, hanging out and listening to me ramble about 100 different platinum trophies. And here's to another 400 more. Minimum. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.